Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guess you're doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Guess you're doing well on this 22nd November 2024. We finally, I know, I can hardly believe it, but we finally have a legit to goodness sunset. We're gonna be watching this together. We'll be filming a couple of videos. By now, you know the deal. Let's freaking go. Still kind of windy, but it's a nice kind of windy. It's a really nice kind of windy. I hope you find the peace of mind. Okay. 28. That's good. Perfect. We're back. I hope you find my peace of mind. Okay, good. Up. Up. Okay, is in battle. Nice. See, we got it. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. Let's go. Perfect timing. Let's go. Nice. Okay. Gonna go here. Gonna go here. Perfect. Okay, let's go. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. You guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 22nd November 2024. They were tasting a very, very cool product. We're tasting S'cores, which is a Hershey bar. If you don't know S'cores, you're missing out. So how did I find out about S'cores? Because you know this is not your average candy. This is not your, not a lot of people did know about it. I was working at a gelato shop, right? And I was looking at a gelato shop, and this guy would receive a whole bag of a S'cores bar. It would receive a lot of products. So, for example, Reese's Pieces, chocolate, Oreo, S'cores. And what he would ask us to do was to break it in small pieces. We could put it in the ice cream, right? We would wear gloves, but everything that would fall next to the ball, we could eat. So the S'cores were a bit harder to break. I'm gonna have to show you what's inside. That way it makes more sense. Look at this. Very, very classy. Very classy. Basically a piece of toffee. With chocolate on the it's crunchy butter toffee and rolled in rich milk chocolatey candy. Super good. The smell brings me back to the gelato shop. The gelato shop, why did I didn't work there anymore? Winter they close. So I ended the job for winter. But if you look at it, it's very hard. Maybe because of the toffee. So I think I was like, okay, It's pretty good. But the thing is, you went out at Maxi, where I was shopping. Let's go at Dolorama. When I ate Financial Art Time, also with Dolorama, it's a shame. I was so broken I had to shop there. This is one of my favorites. Because of, again, it reminded me of the time I was working, but I was happy, I was prideful. Really good. Good taste. I can't forget the taste. Because I'm emotional when I think about it. The chocolate is very sweet, but it's a good kind of chocolate. So it's your basic chocolate. It's a very smooth layer, very thin layer. The chocolate's here, you know it's there. But at the same time, it is so soft. So look at the actual side of it. It's next to nothing. So let's try the caramel. Or the toffee, right? I didn't know the toffee with butter caramel. Of course, the toffee is the star here. The toffee is exquisite. Really good. The thing with toffee, the thing with caramel is can make it at home. When you make it at home, it's very easy to make. It's butter and sugar, and that's it. When you taste butter, the caramel that you make yourself, it's so simple, but and this one is really good. Also, well, it's kind of nice. The caramel is a bit sweet, not too sweet. Chocolate is very sweet, but there's not a lot of it. Chocolate is kind of sweet, but this is the perfect balance. Anywho, I'm not gonna have video. I have you guys take it easy. Bit of water. I hope you find that peace of mind in your lifetime. Don't blink, it's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. Because I'm doing well, because I'm having a wonderful day on this 22nd November 2024. We're doing a video for the gaming channel. Let me have a little score. Not a sponsor, but could be. The video has to do with the tower. See, the tower is my favorite game, but once again, another game that I can absolutely do 8 hours of commentary on it, right? However, he was doing something cool. What about checking out royalty-free music? Or what I could do, which is even better, royalty-free audiobook. There's a couple audiobook which are royalty-free. There's a couple books that are for free on the internet, and I could play them in the background. That way you get a book, that way you get something. But the best thing I can think of, the absolute best thing is, we're not there yet. But what I could do, I could play my own content. I could play my own content. For example, the video that I'm filming right now, I could be playing it on a video in the tower in 5 months, in 6 months, I don't know. Now, the reason why I want to do that is actually quite simple. I think, personally speaking, you can crucify me for it, I don't care. But I think that it's better than just having no sounds. Now, ultimately, the tower does some good job at getting more songs. But once again, it's copyrighted. And copyright can be a copyright claim, right? It doesn't mean anything. And I trust the team behind the tower because I've been uploading the tower videos for now 2 years. But I don't want to take a risk. Also, if you see the last couple of days, we listen to radio. So we have the radio in the background. So this is when I'm working. I have the radio. So you can listen to the radio also. So depending on the mood, depending on the day, I want to be able to be listening to some content. In a perfect fashion, this is also my content. So for example, you can hear me talk about, I don't know, which is the food review for Squash. And you can hear a video of that. Just to elevate the quality of the video, because I'm seeing that the tower is becoming more and more popular. I'm seeing that putting videos of the tower is not enough. I'm still gonna do the same thing. Still not gonna edit, and that's pretty much it. So we'll see how it goes. This once again is a thought process. It isn't set in stone. It is not something that is gonna happen guaranteed. It's something we might want to make happen, and we'll see more and more and more. So pretty excited. And that's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the show. You guys are doing well because I'm having a wonderful day on this 22 November 2024. We're eating Score, one of my favorite snacks. If you don't know Scores, you ain't got a score. Well, sponsor. But today we're making part 2 of the Fusi video, and I'm gonna be started because I filmed the first thing like 2 days ago. Now we filmed content. The problem is there's been so much wind that it's constantly shaking the door, shaking the window. This building is, I don't know, I think maybe it's old, or maybe it wasn't properly made. But yeah, there's some, when it's very windy, the apartment is very loud. And I do care a little bit about the quality of the audio. I haven't done a lot of videos. But and by the way, tomorrow we're not making videos because tomorrow is Arcane Season 2, so 2. But long story short, I've been watching Fusi a lot lately. See, with Fusi, I might dislike him, I might disagree with him, but we share one very important thing. And this very important thing is we share the same birthday. Fusi was born the 22nd of January. I was born the 22nd of January. Also is Shira Bolt, my friend on Instagram. Salut Shira, j'espère que ça va bien. And yeah, we share a birthday, and although I don't agree with what he's doing right now, again, this birthday is a kinship, you know. You feel like, oh, I know this person because they were born the same date as me. We're celebrating this special day together, right? Even if I don't know you, even if you're in another country. And ultimately speaking, I got really into Fusi for a couple of reasons. So at first, he was making content, and I kind of like the character behind the scene. I didn't like the prank videos. I never liked it. Didn't like the content, but the guy himself, I like Fusi. He was dealing with mental issue. He was dealing with overweight. He was constantly dealing with happiness and good versus evil, questioning himself, which I relate to a lot. I relate to that as a kid. And then he started going crazy. For example, saying, "Oh, my video was fake. My content was fake." Then he started crashing at other people's place, and he was going from country to country, which wasn't my type of content. My type of content is more so somebody that's gonna sit down and tell a story. I've been watching for 3 days now, Nikocado Avocado tell a story, and I've been watching his old videos, and they're fucking candy, you know. But more so, me and Fusi shared this extremely important thing. July 15, 2020, 2018, which was a humongous day for me and a humongous day for Fusi, of course. So, long story short, I've been listening to the same stuff over and over and over again. So back in 2018, YouTube was a lot more lax with the copyright issues, with the copyright system. So I could be watching movies, I could be watching entire series. I remember watching 10 hours of Hardcore Pawn. I remember watching 10 hours of Operation Repo, which was phenomenal. But then something shifted; they wouldn't allow it. So of course, me looking for new content, I look at the thing that was the most popular. That was the most popular is drum roll please. Drama. Now, I started work, and it's a true story. This is an absolute true story. I started a 7 years job, right? The 7 years of my job, I started it the 18th July 2024, 2018. My apologies. And what was really cool is I had my first day, and I had the wrong mentality. I had an absolute shitty mentality, in the sense of this gonna be a long video, so grab a drink, grab something to eat. I had the absolute shitty mentality of I was a temporary worker. I've been working with temp agency for 4 years. Before that, that's this job that I'm talking about was 7 years, which is a huge amount of my life. I'm 31, so this is more than 20% of my life. That's not important. The important thing is the first day of work, I knew I was gonna have 8 hours. I wanted to have music for 8 hours. So what we did the very first day, we listened to the Keemstar documentary, Fusi, Alternate Reality. I think it was Alternate Reality, Fusi Alternate Reality, something like that. The 3-part, and we were watching Adam 22, No Jumper, interview with Shane Dawson, with Fusi, with Ice Poseidon, with Alex Pepper. I'm forgetting someone. I'm forgetting Fusi. And that's pretty much it. And that was my first day. And I would always remember my first day because it's a job that I cared about so much. It's like a first date. This job was my family. This job was my home. This job was my life to a certain degree. And it's kind of crazy because this is the very first documentary drama that I watched. It was the first drama that I watched. And after that, I started listening to podcasts. And I was listening to Impulsive, I was listening to H3, and again, it was drama, but I didn't like that drama. I wanted more drama in the style of Fusi. Now, Fusi disappeared, he came back, and I was like, oh, shit, this guy's a fucking beast. This guy gained some weight, thought about unliving himself, he came back with a physique that was extraordinary. So huge respect for Fusi. A huge respect for Fusi. But then, something happened with Fusi that I didn't like, and I lost all respect for the guy. Fusi did a comeback, and again, I'm not blaming, I'm not complaining about the guy, but this guy was at the top, one of the top YouTuber, and for his comeback, you need to ask people to be on their podcast. Say, oh, I'll go on your podcast. No, motherfucker. No. Let people invite you, then you'll go. You can't invite yourself on a podcast. You cannot make it. This is false publicity. This is I'm back, and what it sucks about being back with Fusi is it's never forever. It's a couple of months, then he goes. A couple of months, then he goes. But you're going on the podcast, right? And you're saying, oh, I'm back for real this time. And then you're putting in question the credibility of the podcaster. So, for example, right? If there's a podcast I'm listening to, which is, once again, let's say, Tiger Belly. Oh, no, you know what? Let's say Bad Friend. Those are my two favorite, but I kind of like Bad Friend a little bit. A little tiny more, about 4 inches more, and it's kind of funny because if you were to go on Bad Friend, you'd had Bobby, Andrew, you'd had Jude, and you tell them, yo, I'm back, it's gonna be the biggest things. You get the host excited and say, oh my God, we're supporting you. Then a couple of months after, you're giving up. And then if I'm the host of the podcast, and I give a shit a little bit. If I don't give a shit, this is a great episode, I got some views, I got some cash. Ultimately, that's speaking, right? But if I give a shit a little bit, You came to my show, talked about how you were here, we're back for good, but you're not back for good. So you're making me look like a liar, you're making yourself look like a liar, and ultimately speaking, this is not looking good for either of us, right? Now, once again, it's all a question of perception, it's all a question of how you see things. For a lot of people, it's like, yo, we cannot predict what's gonna happen in 3 months. But you technically can. You technically can. You're gonna go to work, and I'm sorry to say, but the next 3 months of your life are gonna be the same exact same. You're gonna start at the same time. You're gonna go back at the same time. You're gonna go eat lunch. You're gonna eat the same meal. You're gonna watch the same show. You're gonna be talking to the same people, right? If you're lucky, you'll talk to a couple person more during those 3 months. Just like that. So then it happened one time, and I was proud of Fusi. Then he left. I was like, oh, poor guy. And it happened a second time. I was like, oh, I would time is for good. Then happened a third time. I was like, no way, I can't anymore. I can't. So I kind of gave up on Fusi. Now, ultimately speaking, I understand mental health. I filmed a video when I was in depression, which I should not have done. I just started talking about how I was watching the Kakalo Avocado. The Kakalo Avocado was eat, sleep, repeat filming, where bad days and good days, which is possibly one of the worst things to do. However, Fusi, I've been watching Fusi, and the reason why I make this video is I don't know how I feel about this situation. I'm inside three ways of thinking. The more human side of me, thinks it's a human being who is clearly needing help, and nobody gives a shit. Nobody's helping him. It's a human being that is in dire straits, that is a danger to himself, to a danger to everybody else. It is physically abusive. It's a really, really bad role model for people. I'm sorry to say, but some of the IRL streamer are fucking wholesome. They're very wholesome. Some of them are a piece of shit. Fusi ended up being a piece of shit, I'm sorry to say. And who am I to talk about him? I'm nobody. I'm just a dude that's watching this video when it's concerned. Who are you to talk about it? Well, you're a person who's watching this video, hopefully is concerned. Now, the second part of me, which is the consumer. The consumer doesn't really give a fuck. The consumer wants some drama. The consumer wants some good videos. The consumer wants content after content after content after content. And then, when... It's funny because there's this expression, which is lolcow. We're hearing a lot about lolcow lately, right? And this expression is a beautiful thing because you're milking those cows for content. Lolcow is milking cows for laugh out loud, right? And you're milking the content of Fusi. You're milking. And then when Fusi is gonna give up, who's gonna give a shit? Nobody. We're gonna move on to the next streamer. We're gonna move on to the next content creator. It's just life. What's the topic of the day? What is the savor of the day? What is relevant today? That's pretty much it. And that's the way of the world. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to change it. I don't think I'm going to change it. I don't plan on changing it because that's the way it's been for my whole life. That's the way it's going to be for the life of my children. And hopefully this is going to be the way it's going to be for the life of their grandchildren. Hopefully we still have a planet left. Hopefully. But yeah, I don't care. The third part is I'm in awe. I have a lot of respect for Fusi. Now I know what you're saying. You just stopped talking shit about him for 10 minutes. How can you respect him? See, that's the thing. I don't think I respect him. I don't hate Fusi. It's not a content creator that I hate. I hate Boogie. I hate I hate Onision. I hate one of the Paul brother. I hate him. Who else do I hate? Pretty much it, to be honest. I'm not a hateful person. I know the name is In Vendetta, but I'm not a hateful person. And Fusi, I don't dislike him. I don't hate him. I find it so sad. I get annoyed by him. I say, what a piece of shit. What a fucking mess. What a fucking disaster. But ultimately, Fusi is what the content world need. And again, if you want to call him a martyr, he possibly is a martyr. See, Fusi did something that's crazy lately, which is a power move, a alpha move, as he says, a G7 or 8, I don't fucking know at this point, move. And that move was kick me out, kick me from the partner program. I'm going to be streaming on TikTok, on Twitter, on YouTube, on X. I said Twitter, but it's X. I'm still gonna call it Twitter. It's always been Twitter. Okay. Not because they changed name, that they changed company. Wake up. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, X, Facebook, YouTube, Kick, I guess. And then what I'm gonna do with the cash, or what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna ask you guys for cash. Who can give me a better contract? You know I pull views. You know I pull numbers. Who is there? And you know what? It's not stupid. It isn't stupid. If you wanted to look back at, I want to talk about. I think I see more this in basketball. I'm not a sports guy, but I see this a lot in basketball. You're shopping for a team. I don't care who I'm playing for. How much you're willing to offer. That's what he does. That's what he's doing. It's an old concept, but nobody in the streaming industry does it. A lot of people stay with the company they've been with for years. XQC, been for Twitch for so long. Kai Snat, Twitch for so long. They have to deal with those people, you know? So Fousey doing that is kind of crazy. Now, also, Fousey being crazy isn't that crazy. Fousey being crazy makes him unreliable. Now, if you're a company, you're making it unreliable. See, also Fousey lately has been climbing walls a lot. He's been exposing people. He's been outing people. He's been talking about the backstory or the background or the behind the scenes a lot. Now, is it a whistleblower? Is he just trying to get attention? Possibly. But if some of what he says is true, but that we know, it's kind of cool. It's kind of really fucking cool, right? And in a more negative fashion, the way he treats his employee. This is the amount of power of one celebrity. No person should have that power. Money or no money. Notoriety or notoriety. Nobody should be able to hit their employees. Not once, not twice, but 3 times. That's a problem. However, right, he's doing something that other people don't. You either like him, you either dislike him, and eventually the streaming company, the company behind it, the PR company, the social media company, the big bucks, the big bosses, are going to be reacting, and they're going to trace a line in the sand. This is what you can't do, and this is what you can do. See, there was this apocalypse, right? Which is a terrible thing. But the thing that was being uploaded to the internet was crazy. There was some porn on YouTube. Now, I'm not talking about like badly against porn. I'm saying it's possibly not the place, right? Possibly not the place. Why do you think they created YouTube Kids? That way they wouldn't have to do a bit of surveillance to manage the whole thing, to manage the part of the kids' YouTube, and it sucks. Fousey is either going to draw a stand where people are going to go against him, or going to draw a stand where people are going to follow him, and I think he's making history right now, which content creating. I don't think it's good history, but I think it's history. See, my problem, and that's personal, right? But my problem is a lot of those OG YouTubers, a lot of those OG YouTubers are not making content anymore. And if they are, nobody gives a shit. Nobody gives a shit. Who is the OG YouTuber that still does content? Now, if I was to tell you that Fousey is the most popular OG content creator, it could be a statement, you know? Anywho, we're only gonna know when it happens, and we're only gonna know when it's gonna happen, because, like I said, maybe it's in a month, maybe it's in a week, maybe it's in 2 months, but there's something gonna happen someday, right? And that's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. I'm not gonna video. See you guys soon. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, so what's next? What is next? Cobra Kai? Should I do Cobra Kai? Okay, Mortality of Word, The Tower Random Audio, Dark Soul First Thought, Fousey, Funny Story, Famous, Retour de Radio X. Okay, let's do these two. Retour de Radio X. Nice. Salut! C'est ton Chaming. J'espère que tu vas bien, j'espère que tu passes une belle journée, une belle soirée, un beau matin. Aujourd'hui, c'est une journée assez spéciale en ce 22 novembre, janvier, on va se calmer. 22 janvier, c'est ma fête en passant. 22 novembre 2024, c'est une journée spéciale aujourd'hui parce que, écoute, c'est quand même drôle. La semaine passée, et ça, c'est le peu de résistance, le peu de patience que j'ai dans la vie de tous les jours. J'ai commencé à travailler. C'est comme le meilleur café en ville. Je travaille là-bas, venez me voir. On travaille. Puis, waouh! Oh mon Dieu! Oh mon Dieu, c'est beau! Regarde ça, vite, 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 vite. Sacrifice! C'est pas beau ça, mon homme? C'est incroyable ça. Fait qu'on a commencé à travailler. Puis évidemment, je travaille avec des gens qui sont assez jeunes. Les jeunes écoutent la musique, moi j'écoute ma musique. Là, j'ai pas envie. J'ai passé, puis encore une fois, je regrette fuck all. Je regrette rien. Je le regretterai jamais. Ça m'a bâti comme personne. Mais j'ai passé 7 ans à écouter du contenu random sur YouTube pendant que je travaillais. J'ai passé 9 mois à la maison à faire du contenu, puis à écouter du contenu. Puis j'adore le contenu que j'écoute. J'ai choisi les créateurs de contenu que j'écoute. J'ai choisi le contenu que j'écoutais. J'ai choisi, bon, mais cette vidéo ça m'intéresse, cette vidéo ça m'intéresse pas, je m'en calisse. Pendant 8 ans maintenant, j'ai fait ça. Puis c'est incroyable, c'est magnifique. Le pouvoir de choisir, c'est incroyable. Sauf que, je me rends compte qu'il y a beaucoup d'informations qui est rentrée ici, qui est sortie ici. Maintenant, toutes les informations que tu écoutes, que tu regardes, je sais pas, que tu lis, on va dire, c'est pas nécessaire que tu t'en rappelles. Ça, je comprends ça. Mais je suis en train de penser, ok, là, je commence une nouvelle job, il faut des bonnes habitudes. J'arrive en avance, je suis sérieux. Tout le contenu que j'écoute, que j'écris quand même 20 heures semaine, malheureusement, peut-être j'aurai plus d'heures, j'espère que j'aurai plus d'heures bientôt. Parce que 20 heures, Chris passé là. Qu'est-ce que j'écoute comme contenu? C'est que là, je me suis dit, bon, ben regarde, c'est de la radio. C'est pas la radio, parce que la radio, c'est informationnel. L'information, tu te rends compte de ce qui se passe dans le monde. Tu sais, moi, comme je viens de dire, je me répète, mais j'ai passé les derniers 8 ans, pardon. 8 mois, ça, vraiment. Les derniers 8 ans à écouter des émissions que je voulais. Pas une miette de politique, pas une miette de vie dans tous les jours, pas une miette de la société. Puis je vais être sincère avec vous autres, en dehors de mon monde, du monde de Amy Vendetta, j'ai aucune idée de ce qui se passe. Maintenant, c'est cool parce que des fois c'est négatif. Mais c'est pas cool parce que c'est pas normal. Pendant 8 ans, être complètement à l'abri, complètement aveugle, se mettre la tête dans le sang, dans le sable, c'est pas normal. C'est pas normal. Faut que tu sois au moins au courant de ce qui se passe dans ta vie. La ville, qu'est-ce qui se passe? C'est des élections. Ok, ben, c'est pas important que tu. C'est pas nécessaire que tu votes. C'est cool si tu votes. C'est vraiment cool si tu votes. Parce que c'est pas obligé de voter, right? Mais de savoir qui se présente, c'est important. Mais lui, s'il rentre, ça regarde mal. Si lui, il rentre, ok, on n'est pas pire. On n'est pas pire. J'ai commencé avec la radio. Évidemment, j'écoute les postes québécois. Parce qu'on est québécois, merci beaucoup. Je pense que c'est quoi? Encore une fois, je ne dis rien à c'est quoi. Je suis très content qu'on ait c'est quoi. J'ai grandi sur c'est quoi. J'ai grandi sur c'est quoi, le 6 à 6. Les Justiciers masqués. Hey, est-ce Justiciers masqués, mais ça fait longtemps en tabarnak. Ça, c'est énergie, je m'excuse. Non, les grandes gueules, c'est énergie. Ouais. J'ai grandi sur c'est quoi. En fait, quand j'étais à l'appartement, j'ai grandi sur énergie. Avec les justiciers masqués, avec les grandes gueules. Ça fait chaque jour. Oh! Jette la merde. Mon téléphone, c'est mon téléphone. Il est pas brisé, mais sacrement. Ça se voit beaucoup, là. Mais c'est fini. C'est fini. On a eu. Oui. On a pas mal eu le climax. On filme le coucher de soleil. Puis ouais, c'est pas mal le climax qu'on l'a pas mal eu, là. Fait que j'ai pas mal écouté ça, pas mal. Là, j'ai dit, bon, mais regarde, on va retourner dans nos souches. J'ai écouté Énergie, j'ai écouté Radio, j'ai écouté, je viens de vendre le punch, j'ai écouté Énergie. J'ai écouté c'est quoi? Je trouvais ça cool, je trouvais ça bon. Mais encore une fois, c'était. Je veux pas être méchant, je trouve que c'est vraiment des bons postes québécois. Faut qu'on protège ça, j'apprécie beaucoup. Ça va rouge FM, je m'excuse. Mais qu'est-ce qui me dérange un peu avec ces postes-là, c'est que c'est. À mes yeux, c'est plus, ok, ben je travaille, je fais quelque chose. C'est pas, ben je fais rien, fait que j'écoute la radio. Alors qu'un poste comme, admettons, je sais pas moi, 98.5. Je me rappelle plus c'est quoi, Mais ça, à mes yeux, c'est l'information. Donc, le 98.5, j'ai beaucoup l'impression qu'il se censure. J'ai beaucoup l'impression qu'il y a des idées qu'eux, ils parlent, puis que, ah, mais tu sais quoi? Faudrait peut-être pas dire ça, faudrait peut-être pas propager cette histoire-là. Ça, je trouve ça un petit peu dommage. Je trouve ça vraiment dommage. Fait qu'est-ce que je fais? Je me suis dit, bon, ben, regarde, je vais pas écouter un agenda. J'ai écouté une radio qui est au pire, qui est. Écoute. J'ai écouté une radio au moins qui a une opinion. Puis là, je me suis dirigé vers Cube Radio. Ça me rend compte que Cube Radio demande du Wi-Fi. Mais beaucoup de Wi-Fi. Beaucoup. Genre, je peux pas. Alors, j'ai trouvé une application de radio qui avant était gratuite, avant prenait aucun internet. Ils ont enlevé ça, guys. Ils ont enlevé la radio des téléphones. Pourquoi? Je sais pas. Mais là, j'ai pitonnais. J'ai trouvé la radio X. La radio X, pourquoi c'est important? C'est comme je vous l'ai dit, ça m'a changé ma vie. J'étais à l'appartement, j'avais pas de cash, j'étais pauvre comme le Christ. J'étais tellement pauvre que je pouvais pas prendre le câble, je pouvais pas prendre la télé, le Wi-Fi, j'ai juste la radio. Puis Radio X, je me rappelle, ça a changé ma vie parce que j'écoutais j'étais chez moi tout seul, j'étais en dépression. Puis j'étais en dépression. Puis j'ai dit ça toute la journée. Je jouais à des jeux vidéo, je jouais à des émulateurs, des jeux de Game Boy Color, des Game Boy Advance sur un téléphone. Puis encore une fois, je manquais de stimulation. Qu'est-ce que je faisais? J'allais au Walmart acheter des films. Mais là, à un moment donné, les films, j'en avais. J'avais une quarantaine de films, là, c'est assez. Puis Radio X, je pouvais écouter ça toute la journée. J'écoutais ça du 7h du matin jusqu'à minuit le soir. J'avais 20 ans, je devrais pas beaucoup, là. Puis après ça, c'était Fallu la nuit. C'est pas Fallu, c'était... Ah, j'ai oublié son nom. Je pense que c'est Fallu la nuit, je pense, c'est pas mal sûr. Puis, qu'est-ce qui était cool avec ça, avec la Radio X, c'était vraiment une... Je tombé l'amour avec le premier épisode. Le premier épisode, c'était entre Éric Duhem. Oh mon Dieu, je me rappelle. Avec Caroline Proulx. Il parlait de son hot dog. Il parlait des taxes sur le Pepsi et le Cola. Maintenant, est-ce que je suis un grand fan d'Éric Duhem? Non. Je pense que c'est un gars avec des têtes sur ses épaules. Est-ce que je le suis dans toutes les affaires qu'il dit? Non. À mes yeux, des fois, il est un petit peu trop gauchiste. Mais bon. Mais là, celui-là qui a parlé du premier épisode, ça fait, guys, ça fait depuis... J'étais en 2014. En 2013-2014. Il y avait eu l'attentat à l'Assemblée, à Ottawa, je me rappelle. Puis le premier épisode que j'ai écouté, qui a déjà 10 ans de ça, il parlait qu'il voulait mettre une taxe. Qu'il y avait le taux d'obésité qui montait au Canada. Il voulait mettre une taxe sur la malbouffe. Comme ça, les gens étaient moins tentés à manger et à acheter de la malbouffe. Ce qui est génial. Fait que là, j'ai dit ça, puis j'ai dit, Chris, ça fait du sens, qu'est-ce qu'il dit? Dans son point à lui, il s'est dit, Chris, moi, si je vais manger mauvais, ben, je vais manger mauvais. Il y a personne qui va m'arrêter, là. Tu peux mettre le prix plus cher, mais tu choisis de supporter une compagnie versus une autre, là. Ça fait du sens. J'ai écouté 2 jours, j'ai écouté 3 jours, j'ai écouté 4 jours. Finalement, je suis tombé en amour, puis j'ai écouté ça pendant au moins un gros 5-6 mois. Puis là, finalement, qu'est-ce qui est arrivé, c'est qu'ils ont été achetés par une... Ils n'ont pas été achetés. Il y a eu un mauvais coup avec Jean-Charles Lajoie. J'ai déjà parlé de cette affaire-là. Jean-Charles est venu pour parler des sports. Le monde a adoré Jean-Charles, puis ils ont dit, regarde, on va devenir une station de sport. Fuck les opinions, on est de sport. Et ça a comme fini. Moi, j'avais encore envie de ça. Je voulais encore de Radio X. Ça m'aidait parce que j'avais un gars qui était chez lui, qui était en dépression, qui avait pas envie de sortir de chez lui, qui avait un accès au dehors de sa maison sans avoir accès de la maison. J'avais accès à des opinions des autres personnes sans avoir parlé à des gens que je connaissais pas. J'avais accès à du monde qui pouvait dire qu'est-ce qu'il voulait sans peur de conséquences. Puis, à mes yeux, ça c'est important. Et c'est très important à mes yeux. Ça, c'est du monde qui se levait contre une partie ou un pouvoir quelconque. Puis ça, c'est, garde, j'étais élevé là-dedans, là. Mon père était comme ça, là. Fait que tout ça pour dire que j'étais au travail, je pense que c'était hier ou c'est avant-hier. Puis j'ai retrouvé Radio X. Puis là, c'est quand même cool parce que c'est quelque chose que j'ai vraiment suivi. Puis là, j'ai grandi, mes opinions ont changé, j'ai beaucoup maturé, j'ai beaucoup évolué. Est-ce que je vais être aussi... Je pense que malheureusement, à cet âge-là, quand j'écoutais beaucoup Radio X, j'étais très influençable. Peu importe ce que le monde disait, je l'écoutais. Puis si t'as une opinion, mais regarde, c'est l'opinion que j'écoute, ok, je suis d'accord avec toi. J'étais très faible. J'avais pas beaucoup de fierté en tant que tel. Fait que tout ça pour dire que maintenant que j'en ai plus, je suis curieux de savoir si ça va me changer. Ça va vraiment me changer. Par exemple, ça va-tu m'affecter autant que ça m'affectait avant? Puis pourquoi c'est important, hein? Pourquoi c'est très très important, hein? Parce qu'il y a beaucoup de politique. Maintenant, moi, je ne parle pas de politique. Je ne parle pas de politique. Sauf que, puis là, encore une fois, je dis ça comme ça, là. J'étais un gars qui filme tout et n'importe quoi. Aujourd'hui, je pense à ça, je filme ça. Aujourd'hui, je pense à autre chose, je filme autre chose. Peut-être que, si ça m'intéresse, la politique, je pourrais en parler un peu. Ce sera pas une chaîne politique, mais quand même. Puis je serais curieux de savoir, parce que, encore une fois, les médias québécois, là, puis, encore une fois, je suis extrêmement fier d'être québécois. Je suis très fier d'être québécois, mais, quand j'y pense, là, qu'est-ce que j'écoute comme émission québécois, c'est pas grand-chose. J'écoute Sous-Écoute, j'écoute Sans Filtre, j'écoute Occupation Double, j'écoute, le stream de Yann Terriot, j'écoute des TikTok live, j'écoute Amin, j'écoute Max Boy, j'écoutais Motogun, j'écoute plus, j'écoutais V-Way, j'écoutais Marc-André et Florence. C'est des bons créateurs de contenu, c'est bon tout ça, c'est du contenu québécois. Je suis content d'écouter ça. Sauf que, à la fin de la ligne, c'est du divertissement. Il faut que j'écoute un peu moins de divertissement puis un peu plus de choses concrètes. Pas parce que j'ai besoin, mais parce que peut-être ça va changer comment je pense. Puis le mieux que moi je pense, la meilleure personne que je deviens, la meilleure personne que je peux vous inspirer d'être ou je peux vous montrer. Encore une fois, c'est une chaîne qui est personnelle, c'est une chaîne parce que c'est pas une chaîne de cuisine, c'est pas une chaîne de sport, c'est pas une chaîne de fucking jeux vidéo, c'est une chaîne de n'importe quoi. Sauf qu'il y a une chose qui est commune, c'est moi. On va voir ça ensemble. En tout cas, moi je vous laisse. C'est une vidéo assez longue. Passez une belle journée, passez une belle soirée. Ciao. Okay, I have time for last video. 10%. What the fuck? Don't blink, is your boy Ink. Welcome to another show. Thanks for doing well because having a wonderful 22nd of November. This is a very quick video for the Ink Vendetta gaming channel. Yes, it is a gaming video, and it's my first thought on Dark Souls. So, once again, we started playing Dark Souls, which is a game that changed a lot of people's life, that changed a lot of people's version or perception of gaming, right? It's one of the best games ever made, and I never played it. Now, the truth is, I did play it a little bit, but I was young. I was 22, 23, and I died. To the jail, in the jail the first 4 or 5 times, right? And then I went to the graveyard, if you know the game, and I kept dying. So I was like, fuck this game, right? And then 2022, I'm gonna do a quick recap of why Dark Souls. One of my friends, amazing N93, said play Elden Ring, and he was my only subscriber for 12 months, and he was like, okay, no problem, I'll do it for you. Elden Ring became one of my favorite games. The game that made me love gaming. That made possibly one of the best games I've played in the last 10 years. Since Kingdom Hearts 2. And I'm being honest. And I wanted to play more of the From Software. So I went crazy and I bought Sekiro, I bought Bloodborne, I bought the 3 Dark Souls. I already had the first one, I didn't have the second and the third one. And but I never played them because I was always like, oh, you're playing Elden Ring once a year. And then I saw Charlie Penguin Zio play it, and I was like, okay, I'm really down for it. So my first thought, it is really cool to go back to Dark Souls after playing Elden Ring. See, Elden Ring is possibly the more polished version of a Dark Souls. It is possibly Dark Souls 4. It is the best game that From Software ever released. It's true, but I like seeing where it came from. I like seeing the title before. I like to see the pre-evolution of it. I like to see the PS2 version of Elden Ring, right? And I'm not saying this as a dick. The game feels fantastic. The game is challenging. The map is hard to guess where I have to go. I have a hard time figuring out, okay, well, this is next. This is where I need to go now. So this is a bit of a problem. But the gameplay is fantastic. And when you play Elden Ring, it plays very similarly. So it's actually pretty fun. And yeah, we're having a really good time with it. The graphics to me are nice. The remastered version. It's a fun game. It's a pleasant time. We streamed 2 days of Dark Souls. We played for 12 hours. And that is pretty much it. It's a fantastic game, and I'm glad I'm playing it. Maybe soon I'll be playing Dark Souls 2, or maybe I switch to Sekiro just for fun. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Okay, You're at 4%. Holy shit. Quick, 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 quick. Quick, 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 quick. Run, but you.